The Dingley Steam Coffee and Spice Mill Building, located behind me at 115 I Street, is one of the oldest standing structures here in Old Sacramento. Nathaniel Dingley came to California in February of 1850 from Maine, and he quickly became an important proprietor here in town. Now, this building is actually the second location for Dingley Spice Mill. The first one was located across the street, but burnt down in the Great Conflagration of 1852. He was resilient and quickly built this structure, which almost burned down again in 1857, but he was able to save it. In terms of his personal life, Nathaniel Dingley showed up in the paper for one scandal after another during his time. For starters, in 1854, he was fined and went to court for illegally selling gunpowder out of this establishment. He also was in court a year later for not paying a bodyguard who he had hired to protect him from yet a different lawsuit. He went through 3 different wives in his time here in Sacramento. The second wife divorced him because she had repeated counts of adultery with several young men. And the third wife and Mr. Dingley got into quite a spat where eventually Mr. Dingley's bodyguard ended up shooting at her bike and yelling vile things at her while she was riding around. Perhaps the most unsettling account is when Mr. Dingley pushed his daughter Rosie down the stairs, beat her with a cane, and dumped a bucket of slop on her head. This building is also reported to be one of the most haunted buildings here in Old Sacramento. It is now in possession of California State Parks, and some of their staff say they have seen apparitions of different Dingley women hanging around the building. Mr. Dingley was also known as a very frugal man. In fact, rumors have it that during his life he tunneled underground and stole steam power from the nearby City Hall and Waterworks building to power his mill. And staff there today say that on the second floor, lights are often turned out as he continues to try to conserve energy and power.